Physion Mk II features Eventide's latest structural split technology. It lets the user split and process the transient and tonal portion of the audio signal separately. Now, there's a variety of included effects, and there's new polyphonic pitch shifting and reverse delays that really go way beyond an enhancement and corrective tool and brings Physion 2 into the realm of creative sound design. Now, the structural split section in the middle are the controls for splitting the audio between the two streams, and we start by choosing a source setting which scales the internal algorithm parameters to split the input audio, and I'm going to choose snare and demonstrate it on a snare drum. Now, the focus slider is key in this, and I'm going to look at it after. I want to look at the other parameters first. We have the smoothing knob, which controls how fast a piece of transient or tonal audio can switch from one to the other, and the transient decay limits how quickly audio is allowed to transition from transient to tonal, and as we dial it up, we get longer decay times on the transients. So here's my snare drum. Let me just set this to what I want to use. I'm going to pitch shift the sustain or tonal portion and get some nice crack and EQ on the attack portion. So I'm going to bring this down, and I want to focus on the transient portion. Now, as I dial this up, it's going to push more towards the transient and begin to favor classifying audio as the transient. And as I push it down here, it favors more as the tonal, so hardly any of it's getting through here. And in this case, I don't want too much getting through. I just want the attack. And this can make that attack kind of last longer. And this will smooth out any artifacts. So let me set the gate parameter here. I just want to get these main attacks. I want to leave the ghost notes alone. And we can add some real snap here. Okay, that's sounding nice. And now let's bring in the tonal effects where the majority of the signal is ending up, and I can detune the body of the snare while leaving the crack at the original pitch. We have up to 3 independent voices that can each be tuned uniquely in tone control. And we can mix. So there I'm getting that nice detuned lower, thicker body. And I can control the amount. So this is without the effect. And this is with it. And here's the whole drum kit. So we get a nice fat, thick, low snare with a good crack. Versus this, which isn't bad, but doesn't have the same kind of impact that this does. There's a global mix control and a gain control to compensate if I'm boosting too much here. All right, I've got this on guitar now. I'm going to turn this on. And let's just bring these down and we'll dial up what we need. Now I'm going to start, of course, by setting the structural split to guitar. And I want to focus on the transient portion. So I'm going to use delay here. And let's go with something like eighth notes, and I'll bring some of it up. And I don't want any feedback. We'll do some filtering. And I can favor more of the signal in the transient portion. But I don't want that much. I just want the attack, but maybe with a bit more decay on it so it's not so gated sounding. That's great, and just so we don't get any artifacts. Now for here, I'm going to switch to the reverse delays. Let's bring that up. I'll bring this down just so we can focus on this. Let's set it to dotted quarter. I think that'll work well. The envelope re-trigger button allows the signal envelope to open the reverse delay gate and re-trigger the reverse delay. And then this acts as a threshold. So, like that, it's never getting re-triggered. But as we dial that up, we're getting it triggered. And I'm going to detune so we get a bit of pitch detuning. Now we can use the crystals mode to get some feedback and put the pitch shifted delays fed back in. And then some ping pong to move it from side to side. And now let's blend the two. Now it's a bit messy as it is, but we have an overall parallel signal. And in context, we got this nice kind of dreamy delay fed into the reverb with nice sharp 8th note delay and then some nice reverse delays on the tonal part that are pitch shifted. And without the effect. And with it.